Hey, what's up guys? Ian here for a quick little vault video for this week. I should have some good options because I did the weekly last week doing all Mythic Plus, so I should have some good options here on all my characters, and I added a couple new characters to the mix. So let's dive in and see if we get anything worthwhile. I did already log in once today to just make sure the game wasn't broken, all my add-ons weren't totally fucked, and all that good stuff. I also got a lot of achievements upon logging in, so cool little thing there, you know, a bunch of these in the profession achievements. I guess they added a whole bunch of new stuff about just doing random shit, collecting recipes, skill points, work orders, so lots of cool stuff there. A lot of free achievements for me, which I appreciate as a collector. I'm gonna loot as outlaw. I have two really good daggers. I'm just gonna loot as outlaw just in case I ever want to switch. Okay. So nothing good. I'll take these just in case I need the crests or to work towards the eventual sockets, I guess. I guess we're at that stage. Since I did so many dungeons, I didn't really get a chance to push very high, so I still kind of just did like 11, 12, 13s. Because doing 4, 11, 12, or 13s on 7 characters, I seriously probably played like 20 to 22 hours of just straight Mythic Plus in the last 7 days, so I'm a little fried. And the higher you go, you know, the longer you're waiting for the group to form. You know, maybe you're with, you know, better players, but sometimes those better players have, you know, a little bit of a hothead or whatever, so if you like wipe, maybe they'll just leave, and then you have to start from scratch. So I just said, yeah, I'll wait a week or two to start pushing higher. I'll just get my weekly done, get all my free loot, and we'll kind of go from there. What is this? What is this quest? Sentinel Summons. Yeah, who cares? I'm gonna do the Heritage Armors. Probably, I don't know about later today because I do have work and stuff in the morning, but definitely going to try to do those by this weekend. So hopefully next vault video I can show off my cool Heritage Armors. I'm going to loot as arms because I have good tank stuff, because I actually did a dungeon as arms and it was a lot of fun. And ooh, dude, this character is so lucky. What the fuck, man? This character is, oh my, I guess he needs to be my main. I gotta main this guy. It's also a really good cape. Fuck, man. So in terms of trinkets, since I also got a really good trinket in, I got the anvil. Where is it? Yeah, I got this Elementium anvil in my cache from the weekly last week, yesterday. So I now have this on heroic, the grapple, the anvil, the really good tank trinket. At least I kind of explained it in my previous video. At least it's good for me, for my play style, the way I tank. Having a shield on a 1 minute cooldown for me is perfect. I might not be best in slot, it might not be used in the MDI, but for my play style, I really like having a short cooldown on use shield. I think that trinket's amazing. So let me just quickly look up M+ Subcreation Prot Warriors, just see what the meta is in terms of trinkets these days. So it looks like, looks like I should be rocking Anvil and Dragul if I want to be Biss. Looks like the grapple has kind of fell out of favor. It used to be really good, or it used to be really popular, but that might have just been because it's off kind of an earlier boss, so kind of in the earlier season, it was probably a mix of, doing high on use damage versus also being easily accessible. But now that we're deeper into the tier, it looks like it's fell out of favor. Beacon of the Beyond is super bis apparently, or everyone's just using it. And then it's kind of a toss up between the other raid trinkets. So yeah, I'll definitely take this because it's also especially good for DPS. And when I was doing arms, I didn't have a weapon. I had a 383 weapon and I had a tank trinket, and I was still second in DPS, and I still, not to brag, I still ended the dungeon over 100k average DPS. So arms is pretty busted. Arms is tons of fun and pretty busted. So yeah, this guy is super lucky. Jesus, man. I don't know. I don't want to lose it. Do I have the, was I using the trinket? That's the only downside with it on use. See, 3.5% damage overall for the impact of the grapple. The only problem with the on use is you have to use it well. You have to remember to always use it. The longer you sit on it and save it, that's less uses overall in the dungeon, so it loses value. Also, having 2 on uses, 1 DPS, 1 survivability, you may use one and then need the other, but you're in that like 20 or 30 second lockout period, so that could kind of screw you over in certain situations. So it probably is better to at least replace one of these two, either with the anvil or the draggle. Probably draggle because it's just passive, and I think it procs a lot. I think it procs a ton. But I don't know, I'll mess around with them. I definitely am very fortunate and very lucky, so that's awesome. That is awesome. Let's move on to the druid. Let's see if the bear gets some luck. Sustaining fatal damage. Okay. Oh, this is the one I didn't recognize. This is the one from the mega dungeon, the cheat death trinket. Okay. Okay. Oh, he got it too. I guess this is just like some quest bullshit. So let's see if my druid... I did get the tank trinket out of the regular dungeon while I was farming my 4 dungeons. But let's see if we get something cool and fun in the vault. I'll stay DPS. So slightly higher top end on this vault chest, but that is assuming I can get the aspect crests, which I haven't gotten any yet on this character, so otherwise it would be a bit of a wash. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to take the coins for now on this character. Kind of a shame. That would have been nice 2 weeks ago before I pumped a bunch of shit into my chest before I started upgrading my chest. That would have been really nice to have, but can't predict the future. Here's just one example of bear damage. Tank, 74k overall. Pretty good for a tank. A lot of fun. The tanks are a lot of fun this season. If you've ever thought about it, they're fairly strong. I don't really feel weak on any of my tanks, and they do tons of damage. So if you're considering tanking, now is a good time to test it out. Give it a shot. And yes, this is one of my new characters I've added to the mix, a priest. I've kind of been going back and forth. I think I did 3 of them as shadow and 1 as disc. But I think overall probably going to stay disc just because it's a little easier to get into groups as a healer. And since my gear's a little low, going as shadow, I'd kind of slow the group down probably compared to the average player. Whoa! Big trinket. Huge trinket. Does anyone actually use that though on Priest? Again, the website I'm referring to is M Plus Subcreation. If you haven't heard of it or you haven't used it before, it just aggregates like the top, I think they listed somewhere, like the top 50% of completed runs. They aggregate everyone's like gear, talents, gems, enchants, and they kind of break it down into like, 8% of the players who completed their run had these 2 trinkets, and then 6% of the players had these 2 trinkets, and then like the highest run they completed was a plus 30 or plus 29. So it's nice to get a little snapshot, but it is obviously biased towards the top end, which has a different play style than the medium to low end. So it's not 100% accurate, but it's not inaccurate, I guess is a way to say it. So it's not used as a healer. I'm not seeing it used at all as on the healer distributions here. Shadow. Where are you at, Shadow? I feel like it would be good in Shadow, but maybe not. No, it's not. Everyone is opting for the lower cooldown Spoils of Neltharis. So in that case, I will take the big upgrade on my belt. I mean, yeah, I don't know. This sounds good, but I guess that trinket's not as good as I thought. There's just better options. It is what it is. I'm fine with that because they're both pretty sizable upgrades. So I'm totally okay with that. So we will swap that out. So I'm getting there, 419, getting there. I'm working my way downtown, walking fast, whatever. Let's go to the monk. I said this yesterday, so I'm kind of repeating myself. Sorry if you already heard me say, but monk is a ton of fun. I am having a ton of fun as monk. The playstyle is just super unique. You're in melee, you're punching, you're kicking, you're stomping, and I guess, well, this prompt just reminded me, you are also, what the hell is this? Oh, cool. Okay, even more achievements. This reminded me that they also reworked Mana Tea, which I don't even have, because I didn't use it before. But they reworked Mana Tea, so Monk has a slightly different playstyle now, but I don't think it would really have a very big impact, personally. Yeah, I'll stay healer. I'm still fishing for a better heal trinket, because, speak of the devil, I have the Iridius fragment on this guy, and that's not really a trinket you want on a healer, in my opinion. I mean, it might be okay, but again, in terms of my playstyle, I don't really care for it, but it's the best I have. The best I have for the option. And these both suck. These both suck ass. So I'm going to take some coins. That kind of sucks, but at least I'm getting 4 coins on all these guys. So even if I just do 1 dungeon next week and also get a bunch of dog shit, then I can at least get a coin next week. So 4 coins is a pretty good bargain, IMO. So there are 3 characters left. Well, 2. Spoiler alert, I didn't do my mage. I didn't do my main because he's super geared and I could only maybe justify the raid loot if I were to get in one specific trinket, and it would be like a super marginal tiny side grade. And it just, like I said, I already did like 22 to 24 hours of dungeons, and I was just totally like, my brain was melting, and I just said, not this time. I said, not this time. I'll go DPS. I was heal spec for the raid loot because I was hoping to get the Molten Heart. I did not. So I'll go DPS for the Mythic Plus loot. Decent legs. Decent boots. I don't have the legs for transmog, but I don't know if it's worth giving up 4 coins for some mog. So we'll just take the keystone. We'll just take the tokens and the keystone. But if you didn't watch yesterday's video, I did tell everyone and remind everyone I did do the raid, or I did do at least Sarkareth. So I'm at 4 kills, no legendary. So I'm at 4 heroic kills of bad luck protection. I will do it this week, and I will keep doing it until I get the fucking legendary. But the other character I added to the mix is my hunter. I had this hunter leveled for quite a while, actually. I just never touched it. And I thought, you know, why not? This is a good week. You get a free heroic piece. Do some dungeons in the meantime. Loot from the dungeons, loot from the vault, crest from the dungeons, weekly loot. So here we are. Got more achievements. Man, I need to just log into all my characters. I need to log into everyone after I finish this video, just to clean up any little straggling achievements. I'm just gonna get trickled down. I'm probably gonna stay bow spec. I don't know if that's gonna be beast mastery or marksmanship. I'm still kind of debating. I'd like to do beast mastery, but survival's tons of fun. I'm just looking at the ranking. Survival is pretty good. Beast mastery and marks are a little bit worse than survival, but it's just a matter of, do I want melee or range? I don't really know, but I have a decent staff. I have the time rift staff, so that's a decent starting point, and I have a really shitty ranged weapon, so I'll probably stay ranged for the loot just in case. Or maybe I'll change to survival. We'll see how a little bit of beast mastery goes, if I like the playstyle, if I like the damage profile, if I like the, you know, all that good stuff. So we'll see. So both pretty massive. I'll probably take this one just because it's got a tertiary, and it is a tier slot. It's a tier slot for the catalyst. So in my mind, that is a good pickup. That is a very good pickup. Tertiary and potential tier. But Haze Versed sounds good, so that might be an off piece. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to, again, do some research, see what's good, see what's recommended. And yeah, and these are my pets. I got double Banthos. I have some other pets too, but these ones are the really only rare ones that I have. And well, I have a couple other rare ones, but I don't think I have them on me. Yeah, these are all just regular pets. So these are my pets. Pretty cool. I like them. It used to be pretty meta because the bird pets would not get like stuck on the ground because they fly. But I've since heard from some of my hunter friends that it doesn't really happen anymore, and it's a relic of past WoW. So I'm just going to log into my mage and just show you guys the mount I got last week. I do not have a vault on him, I'm sorry. But just show you guys the mount I got because it's super cool. And I have yet to see anyone else with it. And I'm really happy to have it. So I'm going to show off. I got the Recruiter Friend mount. I hit my 6 months Recruiter Friend yesterday, and I think this mount is sick. It's a 2-seater. It's got a big ass jet. It glows. It has like lighting. It's like a light source in terms of shadowing and glow effects. It's got rockets on the shoulders, a drill. Sorry, this guy's kind of in the way. I think this changes. When I was showing it yesterday, it was a laser, but now it's a claw. Yeah, it's a laser. So I guess that changes. Yeah, now it's a claw. Interesting. It's super cool. Its animation is unique, but it's not really anything special. He just does a flip. Spins around, does a backflip. So it's different than the other shredders, but it's not anything crazy. He does fly. I didn't actually test if he has a swimming animation. I don't know if he has a swimming animation like the other shredders, but I would assume so. Oh, his other arm changes too. Now it's a buzzsaw. So I guess there's two different loadouts you can RNG from summoning. So that's super cool. And again, it is a 2-seater. Pretty cool, pretty nice. And you do get some other stuff. I showed these yesterday, so sorry if I'm repeating myself. To the real ones out there who watched both my videos. But what am I looking for? To show it just in case people are kind of on the fence for the recruiter friend. You get a mini pet. It's pretty cool. You get a fist weapon Mog, which is pretty cool. If you dual wield fist like an in-hand shaman, you can use it on both. So you can have double of these. You get a little goblin in a barrel explosive backpack, which is pretty cool. I think he actually like pops in and out a little bit too, randomly. You have the mount, and then you have a helmet, which looks a lot better in person as opposed to this view, but it's a pretty cool helmet. I like it. And yeah, so that's what you get for a recruiter friend. I think for me, it's worthwhile. And then I'll also make a note because I saw when I was at work, I mentioned this yesterday, but I'll mention, it dropped a little bit. I was going to say the WoW token was at the highest I've ever seen it, and today at work it was at 325. But I guess a lot of people bought some when they saw it that high, and now it's at 295, which is still very high. In my opinion, in my privileged ass opinion, if you have an extra $20 to spend and you don't mind spending it, this may be worthwhile. A controversial opinion. I occasionally buy a WoW token here or there. And $300K for $20 to me is a way better deal than spending X amount of time and energy farming or grinding $300K. So it's just a matter of what, how much disposable income you have, how much you value your time, X, Y, and Z, all that good stuff. But if you have the ability to, I think this is a good time to buy a couple, 1, 2, whatever, however many you feel necessary. But that's a pretty damn good exchange rate. Yeah, that's about it. In real life, just working, just working. I feel like I have to tell somebody about this. I found these Pop-Tarts. Let me make sure that this is showing up on the screen. I found these like artisan Pop-Tarts at Target called Ghetto Gastro. They're honestly pretty good, but they are $6. $6. And I thought this was like normal Pop-Tarts, like it would be 4 packs of 2. But no, it's 4 packs of 1. I paid $6 for 4 Ghetto Pop-Tarts. But they did taste pretty good, to be honest. But they got more branding on their wrapper. I just thought it was funny to label your food Ghetto Gastro. Was just kind of like, do you want to? Is like being from the ghetto something to be proud of, or are you like, I thought people were always trying to get out of the ghetto, but I think it's kind of cool, so I don't know if it's a small local business. I don't know, maybe it's a gentrified business, so maybe I did a bad thing by supporting them, but I assumed it's better to give money to Ghetto Gastro than to Kellogg's. I would assume that's true, but it is a bit of a highway robbery. $6 for 4 pastries, whereas you can get 8 Pop-Tarts for like $2. And you might say, well, maybe they're healthier. I looked. They're honestly almost identical. And again, they do taste pretty good, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy them again. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what else the Ghetto Gastro has in their tool belt. Maybe they have other snacks and goodies I could try. I just thought that was so strange. But yeah, that's about it for me. I will be playing and grinding and hopefully gearing up my new Hunter and Priest. And yeah, enjoying the new patch. I'm going to get the Heritage Armors. I'm going to, I guess, try a couple Dream Surges. I'm honestly not too enticed by them, but we'll see how they go. I'm sure there will be a couple achievements I'll want to get from them. I'm sure there'll be a mount or two, or maybe a mini pet from some sort of currency that I'll probably go for. But other than that, I don't see myself really doing them hardly at all. I'd rather just do some dungeons or something like that, or even just time rifts. I think time rifts are still even the same level of gear, and time rifts are, I'm not saying you should AFK, but you could AFK and still get loot. So that's kind of that's what's on my docket for the week. And it's Time Walker week, so maybe I'll finish up my DK and then I'll have all 12 classes again. All the boys will be back in town, the band will be reunited. And yeah, so we'll see. I do still plan to do a little more videos as the patch winds down. I don't think, I don't want you guys to get bored or complacent or burnt out of just Vault videos. So it's still on my list. I'm still just thinking of like what to do. The dungeons went really well last week, so maybe I'll just do some like, here's how I play this class, or here's how I play this dungeon, or here's how I play this role. Just kind of show you some tips or tricks or how I approach things, because I feel like I'm pretty good at being like super efficient and being like proactive and a team player, and not just like one of those guys who's just kind of extra weight in a group, or I'm not one of those guys who's like kind of like an entitled prick in a group. Or I feel like I feel like it's good to have me in your group. I feel like I'm a benefit to the team. So maybe I can share some of that and share some of my play style and viewpoints, and again, little tips and tricks for certain dungeon mechanics. So thank you so much. I always say it's a quick Vault video, and I always end up rambling for 25-30 minutes. But if you've seen any of my other videos, this is par for the course, I guess. It's just how it is. I'm going to stop rambling, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Best of luck. Bye.